St. Patty's Day, that's the thing. Chilling at home with me Catholic bling. Oh, oh, penny whistle solo. Hello and welcome to the Motion Picture Notion. I'm your host, Kelly O'Mallaghan. You'd think that for this fine Irish day, I do a classic like The Quiet Man, perhaps a Boondock Saints movie, maybe The Luck of the Irish, maybe The Secret of Their Own Inish, maybe Grabbers. No. Today we're doing a ranking of the Leprechaun movies. Why? Because I love them. So I think that way down at the bottom, we could go with Leprechaun Back to the Hood. I don't understand why all of a sudden we actually have to do a direct sequel to another movie. One of the great charms of the Leprechaun movies is that every single time it's a different story. So, I don't know, just didn't do it for me. And I thought that the whole hood thing was kind of lame myself. All right, next on the ranking, Leprechaun 4 in Space. Now, I used to like this one particularly because this was the one where they said, you know what, to hell with it. This is a Leprechaun movie. This is a crazy, batshit, insane movie. We're going to throw everything we possibly can at it. It's so absurd, and we know that it's absurd, but it's like really fucking absurd. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. You know, if I'm in the right mood, I could watch it, but it's like good is a very relative term when it comes to these films. Yeah, Leprechaun 4 was, all right. One up from that. Leprechaun in the Hood, the first one, all right? So at least it was his first venture into the hood. It felt fresh, it felt original, and sort of the little limericks that he does sort of worked, kind of had a charm to it. It actually sort of went with it. It was a little bit more funny than the other ones, and it was a lot more grounded than that batshit Leprechaun 4 in Space, so it was okay, right? I liked it. All right, next on the list, we got Leprechaun 2. Now, funnily enough, this is the first one that I saw on VHS. I actually think that in its own right, it's actually a pretty solid Leprechaun movie. You got that girl, the main girl whose boobs those totally were. And I can't tell if she's from like a foreign country or if she has some sort of speech impediment. Maybe English is her second language, I don't know. She sort of mumbled her way through the movie. But it was all right. You know, the biggest problem I probably had with it is that at the end when they're in the underground Leprechaun tunnels, they're kind of running around for like 20 minutes. Got a little bit tedious after a while, but I was like, you know what, it's decent enough. I like that movie. All right. In second place is Leprechaun 3. Now, Leprechaun 3, first time I watched it, it actually kind of irritated me a little bit. And I don't know why. I must have been sniffing glue or something. Cow patties, I don't know. But Leprechaun 3, you could tell they had a higher budget than the first two films. And they're like, you know what, we're going to make this a crazy fucking Leprechaun movie. But not like, you know, I'm sorry, Leprechaun in Space is a standard for your batshit crazy fucking movie. It's the craziest movie in a franchise, right? This is like crazy, but like grounded crazy, like good crazy. Like we're going to put him in a fucking casino and all the shenanigans that he could do there. Right, that poor Indian fella, all right, lost his like fucking toe. The leprechaun bit his toe off. Like, totally Mike Tyson his arse, lift a big portion of his ear off, and should have tried to make a deal with the leprechaun. Just take the money and ran. You know, he's a bit of a, but still a really bad arse character. It was kind of sad to see him go. The girl in that is she's you know, something else. The hotel or the casino manager, he's a bit of a pervert, yes, but he was sort of duped into the situation that he was in. I'm not sure that his death was quite so warranted. Maybe, you know, that's the inner misogynist in me, but you know, anyways, Leprechaun 3, you know, and then you got that lady who's trying to, she's older and she's trying to look like prettier and stuff, and she's clearly a very like attractive older looking lady, and the poor girl, they gave her like these big saggy boob prosthetics, you know, so that the leprechaun made her all hot and stuff, but she really became herself in real life. Props to the actress for doing that. And then number 1, we have the first Leprechaun movie. Again, when we talk about these films, all right, good is relative. Good is relative. This is not, by any chance, a good movie. However, I will say that the first Leprechaun movie actually had a wee bit of a creep factor. There were certain points in the movie that I'm like, that little fucker's kind of scary. I don't know if I really fucking like this. It's a little bit more scary. It's got Jennifer Aniston, who's always, you know, great to look at. Never seen her in anything where I was like, I don't want to be seeing that right now. Maybe turn off the volume, fine, but visuals, we're all in on that one. So yeah, Leprechaun 1. I also sort of liked it. It had the bully from Pee Wee Herman in it, and he plays sort of a retard. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. I suppose we'll find out. And then the little kid who goes, you know, fuck you, Lucky Charms, and he winds up killing a leprechaun in the end. I remember that as a kid, I was sort of like, oh, that's fucking awesome. But yeah, so anyway, that's me ranking. I would say it goes 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 2, 3, 1. I'm not counting a Leprechaun Returns. I've only seen parts of that. I don't like that they killed the retarded guy. But I hear that, and from what I've seen, he does a good Warwick Davis impression. But you know what? No Warwick Davis, no Leprechaun. I'm sorry. That's me standards, all right? And then as far as that remake, I guess you'd call it, goes, it bears absolutely no resemblance to the films. And I think it doesn't have any relevance on this list. So that's me ranking. And happy St. Patty's to all of you. And that's all she wrote.